Precious Metal Summit 2022, and now after the lunch break, we want to talk to Snowline Gold, and Scott Berdahl, the CEO, is here with us. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, I believe that because you just told us you brought out a minute ago fantastic news. So what is it about?
Yeah, well, it's continued assay results coming in from our Valley discovery in the Yukon, a big bulk tonnage target, and it continues to deliver. We just hit 285 meters at 1.4 grams, with the top 128 meters at hole at 2.5 grams from surface. Wow. So it's
from surface.
That's right.
Jesus. Okay, that is outstanding, I would say, because I saw in your presentation I saw one hole like with 2.5 grams over 318 meters, and yeah, I mean from surface that is outstanding.
That's right, and this is from that hole. This is another 165 meters away. So. The system kind of just keeps growing, and we see the continuity within the drill holes, but we're also seeing continuity hole to hole. So we're really building ounces quickly. Of course, we're pre-resource, but as the system grows and as these grades continue to hold, we just get more and more excited.
Fantastic. So how large is the system today?
We've seen in this kind of high density core zone, we've seen that what we want to see in the core over a zone that's maybe 500 or more meters long, 300 to 400 meters wide, and we've seen mineralization down to depths of 700 meters below surface. So, so it's a pretty big volume of rock that's taking shape, and of course we're just getting the first assays back from the holes that we put into that this season, but so far they're looking fantastic.
Super. And how long is the whole possible strike, you think?
I think that it's probably in that 500 to 600 meter range on this specific target, but we've got a lot to figure out about it yet. So these are just the first holes through it, and we'll see how it behaves kind of as we go down, and if it widens or tilts or that sort of a thing.
Okay, super. So 2022, you've done 14,500 meters drilling altogether so far, right?
Actually, that's another thing in the release. That was my fault. I should have read the numbers a little more closely. But there were two holes that were counted twice. So we're closer to 13,500, give or take. So, but ultimately, it was a big season for us. We had three drills going, and 11,000 of those meters and change on the Valley target, and then another 2,000 meters on a Gracie target, which is a similar style of mineralization. Again, intrusion-hosted gold, but in this case, the intrusion doesn't come to surface, and so it's a little bit more cryptic, but the geochemical expression there is huge, and with what we're seeing in the drill core at Valley, we're of course excited to try to find another one, and so we're awaiting most of the assays, all the assays on Gracie and most of the ones on Valley.
Okay, so but then it's altogether the Rogue Gold project, is that correct?
That's right. That's two of give or take 5 intrusions on the Rogue project, and then that's which is one project in a almost like a district of districts, where we have a project to the north where we're focused on orogenic gold systems, and that's really coming together in a nice way as well. And then we recently acquired another cluster of these intrusions about the same age as the Valley intrusion that we think could have that potential to also host reduced intrusion related gold systems. So that's the Golden Ole project down to the south.
Okay, super. So when will we see a resource calculation out of that?
That's a great question. You won't see one this season. We don't have the drill density to put that together. But the nice thing about these systems is that they are, and especially with the consistencies that we're seeing, is that I think that on the back of an envelope you can start to get an idea of what's there. It won't be something that you'd want to maybe do your PEA around, but it's something that you can get a really good sense very quickly and very cheaply. With our 12,000 meters total on Valley so far. You'll have a good idea of what we have there, and we're obviously running the numbers ourselves, looking at it, but it'll take another season or another program of that size before you can start to make a resource calculation. Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. Well, fully understood. What is the Einarsson Gold project? What's going on there?
Yeah. So that's up to the north. And that's a project where we initially staked it looking for Carlin-style gold, and it does have potential. We do have some very interesting Carlin-style targets, Carlin being, of course, the gold deposit style that made Nevada a world-famous gold jurisdiction. But what we're seeing there is orogenic a very shallow level orogenic. And so that's structurally hosted, vein hosted gold systems. And the closest analog to the mineralization we're seeing is Fosterville in Australia, where, of course, once they got into the Swan Zone on that deposit, that really blew up. And so, and of course, that went to Kirkland Lake and went to Agnico. We're at the very early stage on what we think it could be an analogous system. We haven't found a Swan Zone, but we have been drilling a blind target, and we have hit some really exciting results in basically just random shots at this thing. And so for what's commonly a tight, structurally controlled system with chutes, and you kind of have to know where you're hitting to hit it, to not know where we're hitting and to hit it anyway, is a very encouraging sign. Okay, super, fantastic. 1 year from now, where do you want to be with the company? That's a great question. I hope that we have advanced a lot more of these targets. I want to still be making discoveries. That's one beautiful thing about moving into a new district and putting together not just a target that we want to advance, but a district that we want to prove. I want to have advanced the targets that we're working on. I want to move things like Valley towards a place where it's just obvious what's there, whether or not we have a resource out. But I want to make discoveries as well. And so I want to, we have many stars on the map in our presentation, as you've seen. Yes. And, I'd like to turn more of the blue stars into gold stars when we, those are the bona fide discoveries. Okay, super. That all costs money. What is cash in the bank? Right now we have about $24 million in the bank. Nice. So you're well cashed up to do that. That's right. Yeah. Super. Yeah. We're larger shareholders who is in the team, I would say, and what is management share? Yeah. So management has an 8.6 roughly stake in the company, 8.6%. One of our largest shareholders is Crescat Capital. They have an 18.6% stake. They've been active since our IPO and have supported us in every financing sense in a big way. Another major shareholder is Keith Neumayer. He was basically a co-founder of the company, you could call it. He saw it when I was just flogging these projects around and trying to find some traction somewhere. And so, he saw it and said, wow, this is a X million dollar company. Why doesn't this exist? And helped us find a shell and helped us go through the RTO and get the initial financing. Keith is always there where something is going on. Yeah. I don't know. Sure. I don't know exactly how we found each other. Just this email out of the blue. Who's this guy? And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, why is he emailing me? And then it worked out very well. Yeah, it looks like you've done something right here. I guess so. Definitely. Super. Scott, thank you very much. Great insight into your company. Let the drills turn. Do more discoveries because the world needs your metals. Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for the conversation. Super. Thank you. Yeah, that was Scott Berdahl, the CEO of Snowline Minerals, and you heard it. Great company, really interesting, and with great shareholders like Keith Neumayer from First Majestic in and over $20 million in the bank, so the guys really can hit a great drill program for next year also, and hopefully they will show us a beautiful resource. So check out the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Zurich.